over chapter 9 today, the roles of family and friends shaping your habits. So it started off with the chess study for those of you that read it. And Lazo believes in hard work. So he doesn't believe that um, you're just talented at things. So he wanted to put his theory to the test, which was a genius is not born, but educated and trained. So, raising his three daughters, he wanted to make them these chess prodigies. So he started to manipulate their environment in ways the girls would have no choice but to eat, sleep, and breathe chess. So their conversations revolved around chess. Their books they had around the house, the tournaments they would put them in, putting them in these elite groups to become experts. And all three of the daughters ended up becoming masters of chess. And the youngest one I found interesting surpassed them all. The three takeaways we see here was that their environment was it conditioned their brains. They were surrounded by higher standards, so chess was all they knew. Being around experts, they had no choice but to adapt and absorb what was normal. So it then goes into the seductive pools of social norms. One of our deepest human desires is to belong. And this just solidifies why we adopt the habits of those around us. We want to fit in. So the habits that we see other people doing are attractive to us. And this is why we imitate these three social groups around us. We imitate the habits of the close, the many, and the powerful. So the close are your parents. I know we've all had that moment where we're like, oh, I'm just like my mom when we do something, or that was just like my dad. And this just solidifies that from like the earliest habits we adopt. We're watching our parents, and then it's our friends, and now it's our coworkers who are around a lot more. So this is why it's important to just join a group where your desired behavior is normal. It makes your new habits seem achievable, and to pick a group that you already have something in common with, like our brokerage, like a Midtown and Urban. They probably have a lot of the desired habits that you want to adopt, and y'all are all agents in the same field, so y'all all have that in common. And then we have the many, we imitate the crowd. I thought it was interesting. They did a study, and it found that more people would rather be wrong with the crowd than right alone. So I've also seen this video of when people stand in the elevator, it's normal to all face the door. And they did a social experiment where people just started facing inward or facing towards the back wall. And they found that the people that would come in would start to do the same. They kind of didn't know what to do anymore, and they second guessed what is always normal. And then we have the powerful, which is we copy people we respect and want to become like. So once we feel like we fit in, we want to look for ways to stand out. So we're looking to your top producers and copying their habits to become successful. We want to get that approval, respect, and praise. So then that becomes more attractive to us. So super interesting stuff. Some of the takeaways I took away from this short chapter was that the habits that stick when they help us belong. So when something helps you fit in, it becomes more attractive. This is why we copy habits around us. The fastest way, it's not the only way, but the fastest way to change your behavior is to change the standard. And how do we change the standard? We change our environment. We change the people around, what they're doing, people we look up to, people we want to be like. We don't need more motivation. I think we need better exposure. So at the end of the day, I think motivation and discipline can only take you so far. And then being the smartest person in the room is probably a warning sign that you've outgrown that environment and you need to step out more of your comfort zone and be in those faster pace, higher level rooms. And then just a couple of action steps I put in here. It's always nice to know what to do with the information you get. Is kind of audit your environment. Are you the smartest person in the room? Intentionally joining those better rooms to set a higher expectation for yourself. And then just making winning visible to you. I think not just celebrating once you finally accomplish something, but celebrating the progress to get there. I say you want to wake up early. I've woken up early for a week now. That is a win to becoming a new habit for yourself. And now I would just like to open the floor to you guys. I was spilling a lot of information, but to just hear your feedback on that, I thank you so much for letting me talk.